The Supreme Court has taken up a case by West Virginia's Attorney General Patrick Morrissey that challenges the EPA's authority under Biden's desired climate agenda. One America's Stefan Kleinhens has more on that.
The U.S. Supreme Court will take up West Virginia's Attorney General Patrick Morrissey's challenge of an appeals court ruling that gives the Environment Protection Agency authority that Morrissey said would increase energy costs and eliminate jobs all across America, in addition to being government overreach.
Well, we're really pleased that the Supreme Court has decided to hear our case. This is a pretty big deal.
Attorney General Morrissey says the EPA oversteps its power as part of a climate change agenda.
It's a big deal for a number of reasons. One, we've always contended that EPA lacks the authority that it's been asserting to impose its radical climate change agenda on the American people. And that agenda makes its way to West Virginia, and it cripples our job base.
Morrissey says the issue is important to West Virginia coal miners, but he also says it has national implications.
So it's important from a parochial perspective in West Virginia, but it also matters for the whole country. And here's why. If you give the EPA virtually unlimited authority to act, you're not only hurting West Virginia, you're actually putting the price of energy and sending it through the roof. That's the concern that we have with the Biden climate agenda. It's not realistic. They're trying to shut everything down within about 8.5 years. Everyone knows that it's not plausible, but we do know the consequences are going to be very severe.
The Attorney General says that if Biden wants to push his climate agenda, he has to go through Congress, not the EPA.
Having a Supreme Court case interpreting the EPA's authority is really important because we think if Biden wants to move his climate change agenda, he's got to go through Congress. He lacks the authority to do what he wants to do through the EPA.
As far as a timeline of when the High Court could rule on this case, Morrissey says it will be several months.
Well, we anticipate that we'll have oral arguments in February, and we'll probably know the final decision by June. And I think that's important because it's critical to know what the scope of the EPA's authority is before the Biden administration steps forward on some of these rules. I think that's essential because right now there's a bad decision in place, and the EPA thinks it's mandated to act based on that decision. So we're really hopeful we can get everything clarified by June. That'll make a big difference.
Morrissey said there are currently 20 state attorneys general on this case, and he expects that number to grow as he remains hopeful that this case will hold the Biden administration accountable in the highest court in the land.
I'm grateful that the court has decided to hear this really important case. I think that we're going to be able to present a really compelling argument as to why the administrative state lacks the power that it thinks it has to advance such a broad-based radical agenda.
Stefan Kleinhens, One America News, Tallahassee, Florida.
Want to see more videos like this? Visit OANN.com for immediate access to all the clips you've been waiting to see.